Oh, hey! Almost didn't see you there. Come on in. Today, we're learning about the 4 forces of flight. So please, sit back, relax. Let's get started, shall we? So the 4 forces that we have start with lift. Secondly, we have thrust. Thirdly, we have weight. And lastly, we have drag. So what's each of these mean? Well, let me show you. So here I have my model aircraft here. It's a fantastic Northrop Gamma. One of my favorites here. Okay? So first off, we'll talk about lift. So essentially lift, with the airplane, makes the airplane go up. Lift is created by the wings here and these two here. Okay? Lift is produced when air comes in front. When we fly over air, right? Fly through air. It goes over and under the wings, and with the angle of the wings, it produces lift and makes the airplane go up. Now, in order to produce that lift, you need speed. Speed is hence produced by thrust. Thrust is produced by the aircraft's engine. In this case, it's here in the front. Here. Thrust is again produced by the engine, what propels the airplane forward. When you're going forward, you get more air. When you get more air, you get more lift. Third, let's talk about weight. Weight is the overall weight of the aircraft being pulled down. Right? Weight of the aircraft pulled down, pretty simple. And then we have drag. Drag is the force pulling back the aircraft. It's the air pushing against the aircraft and pulling it back. Now when we are in stable flight, we're not accelerating, decelerating, we're in stable, let's say a stable level of flight like this. All forces are in equilibrium. We have equal thrust to drag and equal lift to weight. Right? Let's say we're accelerating extremely fast at an exponential rate. We're flying at 100 knots and now we're accelerating. We now have more thrust than drag. Let's say we're accelerating upwards at an exponential rate. We now have more lift than weight. And vice versa. If we're decelerating at an accelerated rate, we now have more drag than thrust. And if we're decelerating at an accelerated rate, we now have more weight than lift. Now all these 4 forces work together to make the aircraft fly. We can't fly without lift or else we'll never get off the ground. Can't fly without thrust or else we'll never go anywhere. We'll just sit there. Without weight we'll fly away like a balloon. And drag, it's like a bullet. Keep on going. There's nothing to stop it. These two are the exact opposite of these two here. Weight to lift, thrust to drag. Counter opposite of each other. You can't have these two without these two and vice versa. Let's look at it when we're coming in, right? And we're just about to take off. So we're here on the ground, here we use my hand, and we're starting to accelerate, and we lift the tail up, and then we need enough speed to create enough lift to lift us off the ground. We need more lift than weight, and so when we finally get off the ground, we have now reached the point in which we now have more lift than weight, and we are accelerating upwards. When we're coming into land, coming in, down, we are at a point where you're stable. Okay, right when we touch the ground and apply the brakes, we now have more drag and weight than we do thrust and lift, and so now we're stopped on the ground. Altogether, it's because of these 4 forces in equilibrium that we have stable, equal flight. Without these 4, we wouldn't be able to fly. So that, folks, is essentially the 4 forces of flight here. Lift, thrust, weight, and drag. And to top you off one more time, lift. Think wings. Thrust. Think engine. Weight of the airplane. And drag, the opposite reaction. Thrust. Thanks, folks. That's all for today.